Girls, has a guy failed to notice your obvious hints? If so, what's your story? When I first met my husband, he rode a Triumph. Motorcycles were always, and still are, a huge part of his life. So, very obviously dripping with double entendre and all but waggling my eyebrows lasciviously. I go, "So, when are you gonna take me for a ride on that beast of yours?" And he told me, dead serious, that he doesn't take passengers on his bikes because he doesn't want the responsibility, and even removed the passenger pegs. I think I detached my retinas, rolling my eyes that hard. The first time we slept together, I was staying the night in like a gentleman, and I really do appreciate this, that he didn't assume. He offered to put me up on the couch, showed me where the bathroom was, etc. So I go, "Maybe I can just sleep with you." Quote. That one he managed to snag as it was sailing by. Greater than, "Maybe I can just sleep with you." Quote. If that doesn't activate a man's GPS to Pound Town, nothing will. I actually had that happen, and it was because the couch was in the common room. It just didn't seem appropriate to have her sleep there. So I offered her a spot in my king-size bed. There's more than enough space for both. I did not understand she had been planning this all along until we got in bed and kissed me, and I was completely dumbstruck. I couldn't recover from it and let her know it wasn't that I wasn't attracted to her, just that I really thought she just needed a place to crash and thought it was inappropriate to impose my lustful desires at that time. But I'm just impervious to innuendos and hints. I'll preface this with, I'm a guy, but it's not really that I don't even pick up on hints or have no idea that they're flirting. My brain realizes that it's flirting, but then it's like that would really embarrassing if she was just being nice and wasn't actually interested, so I never do anything. Precisely. I'm not oblivious, I just insecure and cynical. We've been married for 10 years. With one kid and another on the way. But I'm not getting my hopes up. She's probably just being nice. To this day, my husband is so bad at picking up when he's being flirted with that I say thank goodness we met on a dating app, or he'd never have known I was interested. He's a very good-looking guy, and he gets flirted with all the time, but he just never notices. Greater than, he's a very good-looking guy, and he gets flirted with all the time. Absolutely not Meryl. I asked a crush if he wanted to go on a date with me. He said yes. He thought he was hanging out with a friend. Had to tell him right then and there that I had a crush on Hi Monsieur. Bruh, I am even stupider. Once a girl told me she had a huge crush on me. I am a guy. Blushed super guard and turned around super stiffly to walk away. I then go, "Wait." And she turns around looking super excited, and I go, "What's wrong with you? YWPULD anyone like me?" Quote. I had a huge crush on her for 3 years. I think I drank too much dumb fuck juice. Jesus Christ, dude. Last year around Christmas time I passed a billboard for Aladdin the musical playing in our city. I knew my wife would love that show. So really excitedly I asked her if I should get tickets for us to go. Apparently she'd been hinting at it for weeks. I'm still not sure I believe her. Maybe she had the billboard put up in a last-ditch effort. Flirt level legendary. As a guy, whenever someone tries to flirt with me, my brain just doesn't process it. I feel like I'm too ugly for someone to be interested in flirting. Even if I know that it's irrational. You just said exactly what I was thinking, word for word. He's at my place sitting on the couch. I sit on his lap facing Hi Monsieur. He asks me if I want to watch something. I say, I kinda like my view now. Quote. He goes, "You won't be able to see the TV?" Quote. He's my boyfriend now. As a dude, I've read some of these and thought, I guess I can see how he missed that, why he wouldn't want to misinterpret that situation. But this one is just so obvious. I'm glad it worked out in the end. I had the opposite story. I met a really cute guy in acting class. He stayed after to chat with me, and seemed really into me. I had no confidence back then, and he was incredibly attractive. Literally models for romance novels. I ran into him in the street sometime later and he was so excited to see me. I was in my PJs, unwashed, picking up a pizza to eat entirely by myself. He said I should come over and he'd cook for me sometime. I assumed he meant as a group with some friends, even though he didn't mention friends, and I kinda awkwardly made some excuse to leave because I felt so gross and just wanted to go home. Much later I realized he'd been hitting on me. Your brain invents some really stupid assumptions when you don't like yourself. Oh, he must think I'm such a loser, while a man is asking you for your number and inviting you over to freaking cook for you. As a not girl, girls, if you just say something straightforward like, I like you, do you like me? Quote, it would save us all some trouble. I will try to do the same from my side. Unless you're hideous. Guys do not like straightforward hideous girls from what I'm told by my BF. Same vice versa. Step 1. Be attractive. Step 2. Don't be unattractive. We were watching The Invisible Man because he knew I was excited to watch it. We were in his bed. Not dating at this point, but I knew he liked me. He was too much of a gentleman to make a physical move, so while cuddling, I turned to him and said, you can touch my butt if you want. Happily together during the quarantine. Ah, that's so blunt, it's kinda cute. Slightly smiling face. How long ago was this? 2 days before the president shut down the country. We started dating right as quarantine began. Funny enough. Asterisk gasp, asterisk he touched the butt. Quote. Met him in a Dungeon and Dragons club in high school. Did some flirting but didn't respond. Had a few other chances to hang. About a year later, under very funny circumstances. Long story. We went out on a date. After going to a park, we go down to his parents' basement to watch a movie, and that's when I saw he had every one of my favorite movies and TV shows taped. VHS off the TV. We were old. I knew he was a keeper. Drop more flirts. He was completely polite and charming. I can't remember the circumstances exactly, but at some point he gave me a massage. A completely polite, non-sexual massage. I tried changing position, asking him to move his hands. Anything to get him to understand I didn't want a polite massage from Hi Monsieur. It might have worked, except I didn't know at the time that he had magic hands. Folks, I screwed it up. I fell asleep. He woke me up just in time to get me home on time. I may have screwed it up, but eventually it worked. He said he got the hints but did believe I was after Hi Monsieur. We are about to celebrate our 28th anniversary. Yes, he failed. We are married. Nice story. Thanks, I wrote it myself. We're living in a time where no means no, and maybe yes means no also. So most men are waiting for you to be very direct and explicit with your intentions and what you're willing to partake in. And furthermore, none of us want to be seen as creeps. Male here. Every now and then I actually can tell when a girl is flirting with me, but one of these 3 things always happens. Either 1. I'm shocked that someone would even flirt with me and I don't say anything because I don't know how to flirt back. 2. Say something really dumb and ruin the mood. 3. Get confused because why would a girl flirt with me? As you can tell from my responses, I'm still single. Oh man, I am like the expert in the say something really dumb and ruin the mood guy here. I recently discovered that some girls did like me back in high school. Had zero clue. I'm blind to this stuff. Almost didn't date the woman who is my wife because I had no clue she was into me. I'm daft at picking up signs for this stuff. Could be the Asperger's. Or I am dumb. My now boyfriend was hanging out at my place. We didn't have much to do but watch Netflix, and we had yet to have sex yet. So I decided to try on some different combinations of bra and panties for him, along with some old, slutty Halloween outfits. At one point I was literally modeling lingerie for Hi Monsieur Nothing. In high school I was working on a project with a very attractive girl. I was at her house. We needed a video camera for the project and she was the only person in the group whose family had one. She tells me the camera is in her room and if I follow her there she'll show it to me. Camera is on her bed. As I'm looking at the camera, she tells me her pants are uncomfortable and takes them off. I realized years later that might have been a hint. I smiled at him, talked to him and seeked him out, and I even laid my hand on his leg. He didn't even look at my hand, just kind of talked over it. I think he's blind because my signs are so obvious. Maybe he's not interested, but that's okay too. I was at a party once and had a girl ask me if I had someone special in my life. I said maybe. She said I'll find someone, and she put her hand on my leg and smiled. This was at a time when I absolutely hated people touching me in any way. For anxiety reasons, I got up to walk to the kitchen and she followed me around for a bit. This was several years ago, and I'm better now, but she has a boyfriend. Oof, sorry my guy. At least you actually caught her hints. There was another girl when I first started college, but I was high at the time and didn't catch anything. I'm pretty sure there were hints. Just straight up tell him if you're still interested. Guys tend to think that girls are just being friendly. It's hard to tell. Don't mind me, just monitoring this thread. Having trouble determining if my hints are that subtle or if he is politely ignoring them because he is uninterested. I'd be more direct, but we are in a position where we interact frequently and I don't want to make it awkward for hi monsieur. Perhaps he is interested but wishes to respect you rather than take any risks. Guys won't know unless you tell them directly. They just don't want to be accused of anything that can and will destroy their life. Thank you so much for watching and have a good day.